All right, all right. So we are having an exciting morning this Friday. We have um an awesome guest. I wanted to bring her on. Rashan and I been watching her and seeing that she's making big moves in the group home industry. She's also a member of the Nurse REI Club. Woo, 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 woo. And it's always good to see other nurses who are doing what we're doing and also are not afraid, just getting out there and saying, look, here's the course. I'm gonna pay for the course and I'm gonna actually do the work. And so Keseya is doing the work, and not only is she doing the work, she is doing the damn thing. So I wanted to bring her on and let her tell you guys what she has going on. And we're just so happy to have you, Keseya.
Thank you.
Happy to have you. So I know what you got going on, but I want you to tell everybody else what you got going on. Tell us a little bit about yourself first.
Well, first of all, I've been a registered nurse for 23 years. I've been here in Dallas, so I've done all of my nursing experience here for the most part. At one point in my life, I took a travel assignment, so I traveled for about 5 years. I've worked pretty much in about every area of nursing because I've always felt like that nursing was my passion, but it's never been my passion to have a boss per se. So
Yeah.
I've never felt loyal or obligated to one job or one niche or one population in the medical industry. So I've always just bounced around. So my background is wide.
That sounds Leo-ish. I mean, we have three Leos here on this call, so that
Yes,
sounds real Leo-ish.
exactly.
Not being able to function
You are
well.
not the boss of me.
Exactly. As an employee, we rather be an employer.
Yeah.
So that's awesome that you realize that, you recognize that, and you say, look here, I'm gonna take life in my own. So I saw one of your posts not long ago where you put in your 2 week resignation. Tell me about that.
I've been self-employed for 2 weeks now. Now I'm just trying to figure out how to get my family to understand that because I'm at home, that doesn't mean like an extra meal is going to get cooked or extra loads of laundry going to be done or I'm here for work. So I'm trying to get everybody to understand that so
Yes.
get it all done. But yeah, so it's been a little stressful though.
Yeah, I get it. So tell me, how did you get started in let's start this part. How did you get started in the group home business?
I've been wanting to do the group home business probably for about 10 years to be exact, but I just didn't know what avenue to go. And for
Mm-hmm.
some reason, I don't know if it's just Dallas or the Texas area or whatever, but trying to get this information is like pulling teeth. You could call one person who you know is big in the group home industry, and it seems like to me, I don't know, in the back of their
Yep.
mind, they feel like they can house every person who needs housing. But
Yep.
getting that information is just like, please go to your pantry, give it to me out of the mason jar you got it closed up in, and share the information. But it was
Right.
so
Yeah.
the mentor that I currently have, I actually, when I was working as a case manager for Molina, which is a managed
Manage Medicaid.
care,
Medicare.
yeah, Medicaid. I had
Hmm.
gone to one of her group home, and this was about probably 2013, 2014. I took a picture of her contact information. I've been trying to get in contact with this lady to get in front of her face and get her to be my mentor ever since then.
Wow, that's some persistent moving.
Yeah.
But it's funny that you say that, Kesia, because I actually used to do the same thing. So when I worked on the psychiatric unit, and we would send patients out to different group homes or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So as their nurse, it would be my job to introduce them to the person that was coming in to interview them to go to their group home.
Right,
Mm-hmm.
right,
So before
right.
I brought the patient in, I would
you hit mute.
Yo, there you go.
I would go talk to the person and get their business card and start asking them about their business. Like, well, how do you do it? How many clients do you have? Like, do you take insurance? Things of that nature. And I would collect their information. So I have a whole collection of information of different people that have housing in this area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, and you're right. That's the thing. It's not necessarily getting it all the information at one time. It's building a contact list. Like you said, you were already doing your job as a nurse. So
Yeah.
you just got, hey, this is a contact person. I know I might need this in my toolbox later. Let me take a picture or saying, hey, look, let me ask some questions. So you're really putting it together and building your business, not even realizing that's what you're really doing.
Exactly.
So when you reached out to your mentor, finally got her to be your mentor, tell me what happened.
Well, it still took me a while to get her attention because I texted her one day and she had told me that she was going to meet up with me that Saturday and I still wasn't able to connect with her. Then one night in May, like somewhere around the middle of May, just out of the blue around 11 o'clock, she texted me. And she was like, hey, this is one of my clients, sorry. I haven't been ignoring you. I've been trying to make time to get back to you. So do you want to meet tomorrow? And I was just like, okay, when, where, what time, how do I need to get there or whatever. So I showed up the next day and she just started giving me all the information I needed.
That's what I was going to ask you. Did she give you the blueprint?
Yes. The ins and outs, tricks, tips, everything to do. And she got me on speed dial and I got her on speed dial right now.
Awesome. So let me ask you, so when she gave you that blueprint, how long did it take you to start doing it, start implementing it?
We met up around the second week of May, and she also like motivated me and inspired me to get going. She's a Leo, her birthday is the same day as mine. So just our conversation was enough for me to be like, okay, let me go. And then she was in real estate. She's not a nurse. So the majority of our conversation was about how much she thought that I would surpass her by far.
Right.
By being a nurse. So by May 29th, I had my first place and had my first client a day before I planned to open. So about 2 weeks.
That's a fast timeline. I remember I went back and I looked at the first time you contacted me. That was on February the 20th. And you asked me about if I knew anybody who had properties that you wanted to start a group home. And I told you, I said, and at that time, there were like 600 nurses in our nurse REI club. And I said, we have over 600 nurses. Somebody might know somebody. And you said, what? Nurse club? What is it? I want to join. And I sent you the link and you joined.
Yeah. And it's taken me that long because I was like, I know that there's a reason for me to be here. So, you never know who's watching you. But I just said, I watched the page. I watched the post. I was like, I really like this. And so now, but the group homes that I have now, I'm renting. I have landlords. My end goal is to own my properties. So that's where you're going to come into my life because I know enough about just jumping out there. I mean, I jumped into the group home with a duplex on top of that. My mentor was like, girl, you stepped on out there, didn't you?
Hey, Leo's doing big, baby.
I was like, well, I didn't want a regular family next door to me, and I'm my population of clients, so I might as well get both sides. But I figured y'all would come into my life at some point because I can't rent them all.
You can't rent them all. So tell me, so your very first group home, what population do you serve?
I'm doing 50 plus with physical and or mental disabilities.
Okay. And how many beds is that first one?
It's 8 beds on each side, so it's a total of 16.
Okay, 16 beds. And how many vacancies do you have?
2.
Okay, so you have 14 clients. And we're gonna do the math here for people who are like, I don't think it's worth it, and blah blah blah. How can this be a lucrative business? So if you have 14 clients right now, how much is it per bed? Just average per bed.
My base rate is $700, but keep in mind, not all of my people pay $700.
That's right.
some of my people have a little more needs. So I put a package together. So we'll start out at 700. That's like if you can cook, clean, do all your things for yourself with no assistance at all. But if they need help with like getting in and out of the shower and doing other things, then it builds on top of that. So I have clients from 700 to 1400 in that same house.
All right, come on now. Do the math, y'all. Do the math. That's what I'm talking about. That's big. That's how you do it.
Now, Keseya, now with that payment, are all of them paying cash or are you taking any insurance?
They all pay cash. Everybody's self-pay. I'm not licensed, and I think you have to be licensed with the state as an assisted living facility for the insurance to pay. So
That's right.
I don't have any issues with I think with them being the age that they are, they don't want to be on the streets anymore.
That's
I don't have to beg for my rent. I don't have to try to coerce them to pay on time or anything like that. On the first through the third, they're ready.
That's it. That's it. I know in my first group home, I have my money before the first on all of my clients. Before they are happy to be there. They're happy to have a clean environment. They're happy to have food. They're happy to have cable. Well, in my sense, I'm a little ghetto. We got fire sticks, so they happy to
Mine couldn't work the fire stick. I had to get cable.
No, man. I got fire sticks, baby. So they're happy to have all the amenities, and they're not homeless. They're not on the street. They pay before the first, because most of them get they get their checks or their money drops before the first. And then it's automatic, it's set up. Do you have I don't want to get technical because this is not a technical thing. So we can go into that at a later date, later time. I'm sure we're going to be doing plenty more interviews and talks as you progress. So that's your first one. Now, you call that your first and your second, or do you have a second?
I call that one my first and my second because it's two different addresses, two different sets of bills, and two sets of residents. So
because it's a duplex.
Yes, and I have women on one side, men on the other side.
Okay, yeah, that was my question. I was gonna ask, do you cohabitate or do you separate?
I separate them.
Yeah,
that's awesome. And I believe, Keseya, that's an awesome business model, especially being that we're real estate investors, Rashan and I, to go after those duplexes, triplexes, to go after those, because you have them all together, but they're still separate.
Exactly.
So you're not running all over the town or city trying to keep up with everything or everybody, and you can kind of overlap things as well.
Right.
You agree?
I do agree.
All right, Rashan, we need to get some more. We need to acquire some more properties.
Listen, let me tell you something. Honey, let me tell you something. We have investors right now with apartments.
Yeah.
Like, they want somebody to come in and put a program in there.
Yeah.
Because of the way the market is.
Absolutely.
So it's wide open, but me, Tasha, you, like, we can't do it we can't do all of these places.
We can't house everybody.
Right.
So we want people, nurses like us, to just get in the mindset of, let me go open up this program.
Yeah.
I
feel like is just the mindset of fear. It has to be washed away immediately.
Yes.
A lot of people are just so afraid of not knowing like what's going to happen from a financial standpoint. And you almost feel guilty because I'm here to tell you that we're going to get rich by housing homeless people. So you're doing a good deed, but it's a very lucrative business.
Very lucrative. Very lucrative.
My first one I just started on Monday, and it's going to be actually what they consider a residential care home.
Yeah.
And with these clients, I think I'm only going to have 5, but my base pay for each bed is going to be $2,500.
Yeah.
I already got my first 2 clients coming on Tuesday.
Yes. Yes, girl, you are doing it. You are doing it. I'm so
You were,
happy. I'm so proud of you. So, yeah, I know you're in Dallas, and I was telling Rashan, I was telling Kesey, I said my husband and I were in Dallas for my birthday for a whole week, and I didn't have nothing to do
Wow.
while he was at work. I could have been at her facilities hanging out. But
Yeah.
yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
I know where you are. Well, next time I come to Dallas, I'm definitely gonna come see you. Definitely, we're
Please
gonna hang
do.
out.
Please
We
do.
gotta have us a late belated birthday Leo birthday party.
That'll work.
Um, yes, yes. So I want to ask you a couple more questions before we go.
Okay.
So another question I wanted to ask you is what what's one thing you wish you'd known before you began?
That this type of business could be done without actually purchasing a property first. That has been my holdup, I would say, for probably 5 to 7 of the 10 years that I've been wanting to do this. Is worried about how am I going to take care of my own mortgage and then own all these homes and do all this and that. So when I figured out that I can rent the house, it was just no looking back from there. So that
None.
this type of business can be
And
run out of a rental property.
and
Yes.
how do your landlords feel about what you're doing with the property?
Oh, the one for the, you would be amazed. They're part of my support team.
What? That yes, and Rashan and I were talking about that on yesterday, I believe. We were
Yeah.
talking about because I own properties, but two of my group homes, I lease the property.
Okay.
So the one that I just finished,
Hmm.
that's a lease. That landlord has already, Rashad can attest to this. He's like, all right, so I got another property. We gotta do this again. Come on now.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the hold up? And I'm like, hold up, let me fill my beds first. He's like, no, 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 no. We don't have time for that. Tell me what you need, and we gotta get this next property, and then we can go get. I got another property. So people think that landlords are not out there and open to this concept. They are so open to this
Yeah.
concept.
Mine have even gone so far as to ask me what's the next area, because she's a builder. So she wants to know, where do I want to go next?
Absolutely.
And then
Absolutely.
rent to me. She's even talking about selling me the duplex that I'm in now. So she's
That's
on board with everything. She calls me probably once a month. I'm so proud of you. How's it
Yep.
going? I have a new property out here. Do you
See?
want to get business? I mean,
You just do it. You
mhm.
just do it. You just do it. All right. So another question. So what are the best resources that helped you along the way? I know you said that your mentor, like everybody
Number
needs a
one.
mentor,
Yeah.
at some point, but you have to first be a self-starter. You just can't say I want a mentor and let the mentor do all the work for you. That doesn't work.
Right.
So tell me some other resources that helped you along the way in the group home industry.
Google.
Google.
I had a lot, and that's another reason why my mentor jumped on board so fast to work with me, because when I went to her, it wasn't like I was just a blank canvas, just like teach me everything. I had a huge knowledge base of the group home industry. I knew what I wanted to do. I had my plan. I showed it to her, and she just kind of like tweaked it and told me which way to go and where to get
That's
started.
it.
Yeah.
That's it.
So you brought something to the table.
Yes, because she was like, I usually don't waste my time with people if I don't know if they're serious or not, and I know that you're ready. I was like, I've been ready. I just needed the right
Exactly.
person in my life, and I had to pray for that. And you came in the middle of the night.
That's it. That's it. And
And
that's
that's it.
that's the biggest thing with people always saying, "Can you mentor me? I need a mentor. I need a mentor." But you're a blank canvas. You're not doing anything out. You're wanting me to do everything for you. I can't because I'm actually doing the work.
Yeah.
I don't too much like mentors that's all they do is mentor, and they ain't really doing what they're mentoring. Like, how what's going on. You got to stay up to date with current trends. You got to
Right.
know you had to change your protocols because of COVID. You just don't let people just walk in your house. So if
Exactly.
you're not out there actually doing it, I don't really want you to
Mhm.
mentor me.
Yeah.
So I have a mentor as well. Everybody knows Tamara Neely. She's one of my mentors. She's been doing group homes for years.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to ask her, hey, listen, this is what I read. Is what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, so like Rashan said, I'm bringing something to the table. I'm not just coming as a blank canvas saying, tell me what to do. But no, since COVID, I read this, or this is some of the things I had to do in my facility. Tell me what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So you're right. You have to go out here, Google, Bing, whatever you want to do, and do your research, get in the communities,
Yes.
talk to people. Yes, we know you can't be there physically, but they have meetings on Zoom. We have Facebook forums, all kinds of ways to stay connected in the community and to get that communication going both ways to help the community.
Yeah. Relationships I found are very important. I know that, you can like get this list of 300 emails and send out all these cold emails or whatever. But I feel like another thing that helps me a lot is I pick up the phone and I call, who's your discharge planner? Who's working in case management? It's Friday. Every Friday I start with my list because doctors don't want to be bothered on the weekends. So they're going to be doing a lot of discharges on Friday. So I start early calling and contacting the people I've already built relationships with. What's your
And guess what?
discharges looking like today?
Absolutely. And let me tell you this, a tip. This is a big tip. And I got this from Brandon. Start on the 25th of every month,
Mm-hmm.
reaching out to discharge planners.
That's what I do.
Number
That last
one,
week
because
I did heavy.
yes, and everybody's getting paid on the 1st or right before the 1st, between the 30th and the 3rd or the 5th, and they need a place to go.
Yeah.
And the
Don't
homeless
forget about
population,
you too.
yes, and the homeless population, they are savvy. They
Yeah,
know that they can get placed if they go in the hospital at the end of the month.
that's right.
Yeah.
They know
That's
that.
right. That's right.
So that was huge. That was huge. Thank you. So one last question. So what advice would you give the other nurses who are just I want to say they want to get in it, but they are scared?
Jump. Just jump. Just do it anyway. Do it scared. And there's no like cookie cutter straight way to do these group homes. What I'm learning every day. I'm making mistakes. I'm quickly fixing my mistakes. And just every day. Every day is a new challenge for me.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
it. So you guys heard it. You heard it. This is Miss Keseya.
Yep.
Miss Keseya from Dallas, doing the damn thing. So we are so happy. We're proud of you. If you need anything, let us know. You know,
I sure
hey,
do. I'm coming to learn how to purchase these properties so I can keep some
absolutely,
rent money in my pocket.
absolutely. So we can tell you. Trust me, it's a huge difference. Real quick, I just want to give another tidbit. Yes, it's easy to get in and lease properties, until you can get yourself, situated where you can purchase one. But
Hmm.
from a person who owns a property, my mortgage is $500 a
See,
month.
my rent is crazy.
My mortgage is 500. One bed, the minimum is $600. So that one person pays for my whole mortgage.
Okay.
So just, get in there first. Lease a property. It's okay. But once you can get in a position to buy the property. So we do, Rashan and I, we're working on some different programs to where we can kind of like have that funding ready,
Right.
in addition to, you have funding the block, they can help with rehabs and things like that. But we're in the process of getting a program together where we can help these nurses. It's going to be kind of like we purchase the property. It's going to be like a group home in a bag kind of
Yeah.
thing, group home in a box. So you can go in and it's step by step, and you can, get in there, and it can be yours. Where we're buying the property, so we'll be the bank, and so you won't be leasing from us, but you'll actually be buying the property from us.
Oh,
So that's what we're working on. So we'll be looking for you some properties too.
thank you. Oh, I also
But
wanted to tell your go
and
ahead.
two, what I want you to do, since you're already like so far, now is the time. Don't focus so much on trying to purchase,
Mhm.
because now you're generating a revenue. I want you to focus on building the business.
Yeah, yeah,
So now that business is going to purchase the properties for you.
Right.
So that's what I want you to get focused in now, is to building that business, because whether you know it or not, right now you could sell that and that business is probably worth like $500,000.
What? Don't tell me that, Karen.
Yeah.
So if it's worth $500,000, that means that that business could give you a line of credit of $500,000.
Oh, that's awesome.
So if
All
you
right,
got
Rashad.
$500,000,
This is something
how many properties could you buy?
hey, this is for the hey, this is a back conversation.
Hey,
Everybody
and also,
wait a
y'all,
second.
we need to have a conversation on how
Yeah,
many streams of income is wrapped into this group home business.
girl,
I'm already working on caregiver service and transportation. Like I've almost
Exactly.
found all
So
7 of my streams of income
from
within
one
the
from the
group
group
home
home
industry.
business.
Yeah.
itself.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah, we got so
So
much. We gotta go. We gotta wrap this up. But we're gonna do this. We're gonna y'all hang on. I'm just gonna stop the recording. But guys, thank you. We're gonna be coming back. We got more. We got a lot more. But we just
Yes.
wanted to get you guys started and let you know that this business really works if you work it. So again, we thank you, Keseya, for coming on, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, bye-bye.
bye.